Hey, welcome to New Jump City, everybody, where we recap the week in American and Japanese sequential art. I am your host, Christian, the unbiased king. Espinal, and joining me through StreamYards, it is the man, the myth, the legend, the tank top sage in camo. It's Joshua Gangsta Time Cole.
It was called Partner, but it should be called Gangsta Time.
What up, Chris? What's good, everybody listening?
Hey. Also joining us, it is our stalwart producer. It is Edgelord Big News Brian.
なんというビッグニュース
Sub nerds. Hey, we back maybe for a new episode. Episode 320, boys. Episode 320, we're already making our way towards 350.
Man, in 100 more episodes?
Oh, man. It's going to be chaotic.
Oh, man. It's gonna be a blunt in every finger.
Like Hal Jordan in that one cover where he's like got all the Green Lantern rings. He's just like,
Yeah. That made me cough. You're not even gonna see me. You're just gonna give me smoke.
You look like Parallax for real. You just be like,
All y'all gonna hear is, yeah, RGC.
yeah. You barely be able to speak. But until then, I'm very excited to get into this show. We got One Piece back this week. But before that, how are you guys doing? How's your week going so far?
Very pog.
Oh, you're having a very pog week there.
Yes, it's going
Yeah,
very poggers.
Short week, 4-day
Mhm.
week, you know?
Happy
Had
Labor
off
Day,
yesterday.
laborers. Hope you all doing
Yeah.
okay out there. I think I'm on my journey to read every series in Jump. I went through my first batch of Ultimate Exorcist Kyoshi chapters, and I did another round of Witch Watch. I'm maybe 25 chapters away of being caught up with Witch Watch. And it has been good. The series has not been exactly my thing, but there are definitely chapters that have made me laugh pretty hard. I've had chapters where they're like very meta about like manga. There's a new character that I'm particularly fond of that's just who's like a former protagonist of his own manga series and just like conducts himself that way. He's kind of like in his Boruto era of being Naruto, and he's just like one of the teachers at the school, and that's been fun. But yeah, Witch Watch has been all right. I've been enjoying it okay. Ultimate Exorcist Kyoshi is very fun so far. I feel like we got introduced into like a pretty big bad pretty early, and I'm wondering if it was because at the time it was maybe wavering in the polls. But I've been enjoying Ultimate Exorcist Kyoshi. And I'm almost caught up with that too. I'm not very far behind. The series is only like 50, 60 chapters, and I'm on like chapter 40 or something by now. So soon enough, I'll be back on that as well. Maybe I'll catch up to both Witch Watch and Kyoshi at the same time. And then I can read 2 new series and start my tier list. Josh, how's your One Piece journey going?
Very well. It's getting dangerously close.
Yeah,
Finished Big Mom. Finished Whole Cake Island. Read through the mini Reverie arc, the prelude
Yeah.
in between, and have literally just gotten to Wano.
Hey.
The last thing I seen was Otama with her hands up.
Hey.
Saying I surrender.
Yeah, wow, you really just got there. That's sick.
Yeah. There was this big ass baboon fighting against like that was about to attack Luffy because one of Kaido's soldiers told him to like attack him. And he's like, huh? And looked at him like, what? And the baboon just went down on its knees, like in a very proper stance. It was like, oh, I'm sorry. I usually don't do this, but I'll just send it to the chat
Yeah.
ahead of time. So yeah, I guess I'll talk about the Reverie since I read like completely through it. What to say? I remember these chapters like, you know, they weren't fresh in my mind, but they were all like really impactful at the time when we did read it. I mean, like we talked so much and like about everything that happened as far as like all of these old characters coming back and like, you know, as like kings or whatever, as like you know, guards or just general like the people just be with like the kings like from all the different islands. I'm not articulating that well at all. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, we got a lot of return characters.
They showed the revolutionaries, like the captains for the first time. They showed. We've seen the five elders, but we've seen a little bit more of them. We've seen Emu for the first time. Pretty crazy. I mean, I didn't know what to think when I seen Emu with the straw hat, which I didn't know when I remember the first time I read it. I didn't know it was a giant straw hat. I had to go back and realize, oh shit, it is really big. Which then, you know, it was later confirmed that Joy Boy was a giant.
No, he wasn't.
No,
Right? Because he's a regular human size compared to Emmett.
no, Emmett's just really big.
Really?
Yeah. Because he towered over the giants.
Yeah, but
and the beast. Am I bugging?
I don't know. Am I bugging? How big is Emmett? Let me Google that real fast. Emmett is around as tall as the ancient giant. So yeah, okay. So that makes sense. He's way bigger than the giants.
Is Joy Boy a giant? Joy Boy was a giant. Yeah. Why else would he have a big ass straw hat?
No, you're right.
All right. So
Nope,
I mean,
well,
you
I
guys
got
told me
one-
that. I swear that's what you guys.
Well, we
told me.
supposed it because the giant straw hat, but even for a giant, even for like an ancient giant, Emmett towers over him pretty big. But you know, Joy Boy, if he had the Nika fruit, he can change his size. He can change his scale. So maybe he died a giant.
Yeah, maybe. Who? Yeah. Good point. Good point.
Who knows?
Good point. Well, they showed a few things like during the Reverie that like they didn't really talk about until much later on. They showed Shadow, like a silhouette of Ryugu, the Green Bull. Stelly was, you know, at the time of the Reverie, I didn't like remember Stelly that much. But now obviously it's fresh in my mind who he is and all of that. And they made a really big deal of him like during the Reverie, and I forgot about that. I think he's gonna play a big role some way.
Bro's gonna be important later for sure.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, he said he wanted to take the throne too.
Yeah.
Like even though no one's supposed to sit on it. So like and he's such a joke that like
you know Oda's gonna make him
he-
extra important just to piss you off.
right, just like Buggy.
Yeah.
Just like
Oda
Buggy.
really likes making characters fail upward.
Yeah, man. Kuma and Bonnie. They show Kuma as a slave, and Bonnie was like, "Oh, you'll pay." I swear, she doesn't. I don't think she mentioned that's her dad. Yeah, I'm dying of envy, father. Actually, I'm just dying. Oh, that's the other guy saying that. Never mind. I don't think she confirmed that that's her father yet.
No, not yet. We learned that in Egghead.
But we see that's why she's so pissed. Yeah, so just you know, if I could go on and on, but really it'd just be Oda Glaze, and I think I've said
Yeah,
enough.
and we got a whole segment of that coming soon, so we don't need to do all that.
Yeah, that's all I got to say, really.
Hell
The
yeah,
journey is going.
the journey
Look
is
forward to more of those. Look forward to the finale of the Whole Cake Island arc soon.
very excited. All right, let's get into the show proper then, boys. Whoa. One Piece.
That was a drop.
That was double drops. One Piece. This is One Piece chapter 1158, Rocks versus Herald. We start off with a pretty crazy cover page this week. Last we left off with Yamato's Golden Harvest surrogate pilgrimage. He was visiting a grave by an unnamed samurai who was killed by Kaido and left behind no body. In this chapter, we found out exactly who that grave is. And the grave belongs to Kozuki Moria. Bro.
Cool. How do you wait? What? How'd you know?
Look at the cover page. It says
Yeah, it's
this-
on the side, like
there's a
out
translation on the side.
What does that mean? Like
means
Moria the
mo-
pirate?
of.
Moria
Yeah, it
the
means Gecko
pirate.
Moria is a Kozuki.
Yeah, it means that Moria is a relative of Odin's.
What? So Moria's descendant. No,
Or-
not descendant, because Kaido's not that old. I mean, like Moria's like dad or grandfather got killed basically by Kaido.
Yeah.
Or are they talking about Moria himself when he lost to Kaido
Yeah, a long time
and
ago,
then turned in?
Moria fought Kaido on Wano, and he lost.
It was at Wano?
I think so, yeah. Because he would have been there.
Wow.
So that's pretty crazy, huh? Moria's got
Yeah,
ties
it's
to
pretty crazy.
Momonosuke, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, I can only imagine what that means in the overall picture of things. But wow, what a cover page!
Yeah, that's a pretty big deal. It raises just so many questions about Moria because he's so not a guy from Wano that it's kind of intense.
Yeah,
So hopefully we get expanded upon that. Maybe Moria was just like a younger guy who left and came back after hearing that Kaido killed his dad or something, and then he lost. That's pretty nuts. That's I had to sit with that for a while.
damn, that makes Moria. I don't think he's irredeemable.
Moria?
Yeah,
No, I don't think so either. I mean,
he's
know.
done bad things, but he hasn't enslaved an entire
He hasn't done that. no.
country, or like, I mean, he's done horrible things to people, but
Well, Moria has been shown to be fairly loyal. He went all the
Yeah.
way to Pirate Island to get Absalom.
and then lost
Yes, he did lose.
again.
He got so enraged that they killed Absalom that he attacked like the Blackbeard pirates. So, there's some good in Moria. There's a little bit of a conscience in there, even though he's been jaded by his loss to Kaido. But anyway, very excited to find out what this fucking means because that's a pretty big reveal. We are continuing in our flashback of the Great Pirate Era, or well, before the Great Pirate Era, where we're in Roger and Rox's age, and we're seeing them all as young people, young pirates going around clashing and doing stuff. And we open up with this chapter on Roger's ship. Actually, we see that Roger is pissed off for some reason. We don't know why, and the reason being is that Rayleigh apparently got a letter from Shockey that asked him to come get her at Pirate Island, and showing Roger that has made him showing Roger has made him very salty indeed. But they know that Shockey's on Pirate Island, so they're all gonna go and visit her. Meanwhile, slightly earlier in time, and this is at this point 40 years from the present date, we see that Saint Garling has shown up to the Five Elders' chambers, and he is explaining about this nation that he found, which is unaffiliated and has its own unique culture. And it's a nation that he tried to recruit into the world government, but he could not get them to agree to join. And he is telling the elders that the island is rich in resources that would be a great benefit, and he recommends that this island would be the next place where they have their big competition. And he says that, and this island is none other than God Valley. Boy, oh boy. I think we're going to get to see God Valley, boys. I think we're going to get to see God Valley. I'm so fucking excited. So yeah, apparently God Valley is going to be taking place 2 years from the time of this flashback at this current juncture. So it would have happened 38 years from the present timeline. We cut back to Shockey's bar on Pirate Island. She's basically doing her patented terrible service. This has been dropped. At this point, Shockey goes up to Rox and is like, "You seem so fulfilled. If I didn't know any better, you may have lost interest in me." And the pirates around him, Big Mom's there. She's basically like, "Well, see, a woman's intuition can be scary." And Rox yells at everybody to pipe down because it's supposed to be a secret. And we hear Stussy think to herself that it's not just a woman that got Rox. That's the face of a new father. So at this point, Teach has been born. That's very exciting. It's at that point Roger and his crew pull up to the bar. Rox gets pissed and tells him, "It's like, hey, this is my island. How many times do I have to tell you?" But Roger's like, "Hey, this is Shockey's place, so there's no fighting between customers." And it turns out that's not actually Roger did not exactly follow that rule, since he and his crew beat up everybody who was outside waiting to get in. Shockey basically pulls up to Roger and asks him where Rayleigh is, and Roger explains that Rayleigh stayed on the ship, because he's not feeling well or whatever. Gloriosa tries to, simp for Roger. Roger does not show the interest back. At that point we see Shockey fall over, getting that patented love sickness from not being able to see Rayleigh. We learn from the narrator that by Shockey's own decree, anyone who visited her bar were forbidden to fight on the island. So nobody was allowed to fight on Pirate Island, even if they hated each other. But at sea, it was a different story. At that point, we then cut back to Elbath, where we see that Rox is locked in battle with Harold, who was given the ultimatum that Elbath would be allowed to join the government if they killed Rox for the government. And Rox is understandably very heartbroken by this. He's yelling about how could you let the government get inside your head like that? And Harold is like, is it so important that you kill your friend to make it happen? You're just falling in line. And he explains that, they only see you as military force to be harnessed. They'll turn you into slaves and call you soldiers. Where's your pride gone? What does your free will say? And Harold explains that like the history of violence that came from Elbaf is nothing but a shackle that weighs Elbaf down. Now that we may seek the way of peace, and he remembers all the times that he goes to different countries, and people have shown apprehension to be accepting of giants because of their history, because because they've been pillaged by giants in the past. And he explains to Rox that no matter how foolish and impetuous the celestial dragons may be, they have the power to usher Elbaf into the circle of the world. No longer will we be on the outside. And Rox gets really pissed at this. He delivers the fishy blow. He doesn't kill him, but he does like knock Harold on his ass. And he yells at him saying that the talks are off, and that he would never invite Harold again to join the Rox pirates. And Harold shoots back that he's
You soft coward.
yeah, he calls him a soft coward. And Harold shoots back that he is the king and he can't risk his people's lives on a losing battle of a villain like him. And just like that, they are no longer friends, which is sad. We cut back to the West Blue 39 years ago in a place called God Valley. There's a woman with a stroller walking down the street, and everybody is kind of pining after her, saying like, "Oh my God, they're so adorable. They've got your red hair." We only hope that they can turn out as wise as you were too. Without their father around, we'll have to help. And they ask for their names, and we see two little babies in the stroller named Shanks and Shamrock. And boy, oh boy, that is where the chapter ends. Wow. Josh, what did you think about One Piece chapter 1158?
This is not my RGC, unfortunately. It's really close though. Okay, I have questions. Shamrock Fingerlin, right? Like it's confirmed that his last name is Fingerlin.
Yeah, that's what he was introduced as. So it's possible that Fingerland, conceived these kids and then left like a fucking deadbeat.
Or he adopted them.
Or he adopted Shamrock.
But he looks just like in that picture earlier in the chapter,
they
he
look
looks
just like him.
them.
They look
Yeah,
like
that's
him.
dad. All right, that's their dad.
Yeah. Just another deadbeat dad in the world of One Piece.
Yeah. I'm starting to lose faith in the fact that that Amazonian queen is Luffy's mom.
Tritoma?
Yeah, Tritoma. She died of love sickness.
She did.
That's what's said.
But we don't know when.
I don't think if she had a child, she would have died of love sickness. Unless they lied about that because she died while giving birth or something like that. Like Rouge.
She's crocodile. I know it in my heart. I know it in my heart that is crocodile. There has to be some significance to like him owing Ivankov something.
Yeah, but I don't buy that.
Why does you have to link that to Luffy?
I don't think that makes him Tritoma's. I don't think that makes him Tritoma. I mean, I don't know if Ivankov's powers also mind wipe you, but I don't think Crocodile will be completely unaffected by seeing his son.
Well, Tritoma doesn't have to be Luffy's mom, but
That's what I'm saying. Okay, so maybe Tritoma, in that case, if Tritoma is not Luffy's mom, then I think it's entirely possible that Tritoma could be Crocodile.
And her dying of love sickness was actually her running away and changing into Crocodile.
yeah.
Perhaps.
By the way, quick little side note: somebody predicted Kozuki Moria 7 years ago. By the way,
I think I saw something like that.
which is I don't know how the fuck you even think of that. Somebody predicted that Moria was a Kozuki 7 years ago.
I don't know. Some
I
people.
don't even know
Is it
how the
because of
fuck
how he
got
looked
to that.
early on?
No,
Well,
apparently
even
there's, like, a
early
bunch
on
of
he
shit.
didn't look like he looked like he does now, just like less fat in the flashback. But anyway, go on, Josh.
I don't really have much more to add, to be honest. I guess that's why it wasn't really the RGC for me, because it was a cool chapter, but I'm just kind of reading along what's happening. I don't have much to say. That intro panel, the cover page that's a pretty big shock. I'll say this: I feel Rocks. I feel Rocks a lot in this situation because he's literally telling him, like, bro, you're gonna join the government and they're gonna use you guys as fucking soldiers, which is the opposite of what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I understand what Harold is saying. Like, I don't want to go out in a losing fight, but don't say you don't want to have your people use this. You don't, you want to break the shackles of, their warring past after knowing they're gonna, you know what I'm saying?
They're
After
basically gonna
like
use you to
accepting that, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
He can't
exactly.
be that naive. He's as hopeful as he is. Like, Rux really has a point with that.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't have to quite join Rocks, but I hope he's wise enough to understand that that's not the right move. I'm really intrigued by King Harold and the decisions he makes, because he doesn't die until recently, right? He didn't. He
Maybe
got
not recently, but
assassinated just a few years ago, right?
it's hard to tell just because how long giants live. But yeah, I guess it would have to be somewhat recently. Because we're already like 40 years apart from from our present point. So it's possible, he died after Roger or maybe right before Roger.
True. I didn't think about that. I thought it maybe happened like a couple years ago or something like that, or
Yeah,
maybe a few months ago.
it's
You know
tough
how
to
One
say.
Piece is.
Yeah, it's tough to say. I want to go back to you keep going. I want to see if they mention like that one panel where he's getting stabbed by, the government. I want to see if they explain what time period that was. So you guys can continue with your
Yeah.
thoughts. So I'll cut in.
So I mean, I'll just keep going as far as like how King Harold feels. Like in this next page, page 14. He's thinking back on the various islands he stopped at, talking to different like countries, saying, just overall rejecting allianceship or whatever it is that he's trying to seek with them. And I think that's pressuring him to seek legitimacy via the world government so that these countries will accept them. But I think if he just respects the fact that people feel a way about them and maybe they could just do their own thing and be peaceful and let time pass, eventually humans will, especially since giants live long enough. I know it's harder to think about that in the time, but King Harold is already mad old, definitely older than me right now. So like, nigga, you should be thinking about these type of things, bro.
Hold on.
You're king.
I found it. So Harold died 14 years ago from the present timeline.
Wow.
So
Wow.
someone recently, indeed.
When Luffy was a kid.
Yeah, Luffy was alive at that point. But yeah.
I also don't think that Loki's going to join the crew.
At least not the main one. I don't think he. I also don't think he joins the main.
It's going to be
crew.
a fleet.
I think he's a fleet guy for sure.
Yeah.
He's going to join Hydrogen Squad.
Yeah, I think he's going to join Hadruden for sure.
Yeah. And the craziest thing is that Jinbei's arrival on the crew is what solidified it the most for me. Like reading like back, like where I'm at now in the story, they made such it was such a hassle for Jinbei to finally join the crew, you know, and him and then but his presence on the crew really completes everything. He's a wiser person to fall back on, so it's not just Brooke, who's more whimsical anyway, and he's a helmsman. Like he can massively control the ship that's been built to perfection, etc. This is it. They got the formula. Everybody else is the fleet. And Jinbei, they already knew Jinbei was going to be on the crew before the fleet was established. So I think everything post fleet is just like anybody that's going to join up, it's fleet. Yamato, fleet. Rebecca, fleet. Rebecca and Cairo's fleet.
Carrot.
Bro, everybody
fleet.
else, nigga. Carrot, the Minx, fleet. The Genius Man, Einstein,
Vegapunk, fleet.
Vegapunk, fleet. Okay. When Luffy knocks out all of these super elders or whatever the fuck they're called, I forgot their name already.
The 5 elders.
These chumps, and gets rid of when he gets rid of all these cornballs like on Elbath and all the giants, fleet. Guess what? Yeah, back to war. But they'll be free. They're doing it of their own choice.
Mm-hmm. They're doing it for a good cause.
Son Luffy's a don. He pulled up on Gang Beige and told him what time it was. That was when Gang Beige took his big boy pants off and passed them to Luffy. From that moment forward. Guess what, Beige?
These are my Don
Free.
pants. You could have them now.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what happened. Anyway, Brian, what were your thoughts?
Pretty chill chapter. Lots of fucking crazy ass lore drops, which is going so fast. You could tell that maybe they actually do intend to end the series at some point with how fast information is kind of being tossed at us. But man, honestly, I don't know how I'd feel about finding out about God Valley through this flashback specifically. I feel like maybe he should save it for Blackbeard's or Shanks's. Just
they
because
weren't there. How they? But they weren't there.
Yes, they were.
Shanks is a baby.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Oh, well, I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter. What I think is going to happen is that we'll see some of God Valley. I don't think we'll see the whole thing, to be honest. We might see how Rox dies in it. We might see how Shanks ended up on Roger's ship and Shamrock didn't.
Yeah. Right. Something I noticed. The split in the mountain was not a result of the God Valley fight. Because it's there like that already.
Yeah. It was there before it started.
That's confirmed. Yeah.
But yeah, honestly, I don't have too many thoughts. Not a fan of Harold. To be honest, he's a bit of a cringe lord.
He looks like Walter White.
Jesse, I want to be accepted by the world government, Jesse.
Jesse.
Oh
yeah, I don't have too many thoughts. That's it for me.
Man, I enjoyed this chapter. I really do just love the casualness of this era. It really does. Every chapter I see Roger and I just wonder about him more. He's just kind of a guy that's around, and his ship just seems to be a traveling, fucking van of fuckboys. They just hang out on the seas with no particular goal in mind. Like Rox is out here trying to change the world, and Roger's just trying to get with Shockey the entire time so far.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't really think about it like that.
You know, it's
But
very.
I don't think he found the one.
No, this is
I don't
way
think
before he found the One Piece.
Raftel. Well, because he left. The One Piece is his thing.
At this
right?
point,
So
he
didn't
doesn't.
find Raftel yet.
At this point, he probably doesn't even know about Raftel, because he learns about that way later in life when he meets Odin, and he asks him to translate the road poneglyphs.
Oh, that is way later. You're right.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely way after
This is like
God
a
Valley.
great fucking series.
Yeah,
This is the best series.
you know.
If only Hunter x Hunter was still around.
Yeah.
Being the dark content by now for sure.
Oh yeah.
They be fighting fucking dinosaurs that have Nen abilities.
The series would probably be over by now.
Well, we don't know that for sure. Brian.
Chill
chill
with
with
that.
that,
Chill with that,
chill
bro.
with that.
Chill with that. It
Chill
could
with
have had
that, Brian.
1,000 chapters. You have no idea.
You have
bro.
no idea, Brian. You don't know what it's capable of. You know what Takashi can do.
Yeah. He might have a sudden miracle health resurgence.
He
and
is
then
working on new
start
chapters.
Cranking out 2 chapters a week.
He has been working on new chapters. He's been dropping like photos of the finished chapters that he's completed so far. So, you know, soon he'll come back with like 20 chapters again, and then it'll just be out again.
Can't wait.
Can't wait. But anyway, One Piece.
Yeah.
I find myself more intrigued by Roger every time I see him, because you know he is a serious pirate, you know, but he also is just kind of a goofball. He doesn't really have a particular goal yet. I mean, you know, we know that Roger's entire goal was just like the same as Luffy's, is just to be able to go anywhere and, you know, be free essentially. And he is doing that. I guess he is living that life. He's doing whatever he wants. So that's pretty cool. I'm hoping we get to see a little bit more from Roger, but obviously this is not necessarily his flashback. It's primarily the Elbaf flashback, but also because Rox was such a big part of Elbaf's history that we get to see him a lot more as well. So that's been cool. I feel for Harold. You know, this is not the best position to take, especially given he knows how fucking shitty the Celestial Dragons are. But I feel like, you know, he has the same kind of thing that the Fishmen did, where like they are outcasts of this world, and all they ever want is to be part of society and be part of something bigger than themselves. And you can't do that when you're fucking around with Rox, who just seemingly wants to destroy everything. I don't know. It's a tough thing. I think he's trying to do what's best for his people, but this is also not what's best for his people. But you know what? He doesn't pull it off. We know that Elbaf is not affiliated with the world government yet. So, and worse off, they killed him. So, something went wrong. I think Harold has a change of heart at some point and double crosses the world government in some level. And that's why they killed him in the end. So I'm excited to see what that is and what the turncoat is. I wonder if it has something to do with protecting Teach. Because my thing is that what if we know that Roger leaves Luffy, or Roger leaves Ace with Garp. What if Rox left Teach with Harold? It's interesting. I don't know. I don't know.
With no mention from anybody else of Teach, though.
That's true. Hey, I mean, I'm spitballing out here. I think I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I think I'm wrong about that. I'm not entirely
One thing I want to
convinced.
bring up is that they said this was St. Garland. He said he made a discovery that he never expected to make, something preposterous, and that the Great One will be pleased with it, I'm sure. And that's why he recommends God Valley.
Yeah,
I
God
wonder
Valley
what
seems to
it
have
is
a
he
lot of
found.
shit people want. You know?
his resources. Maybe there's like a ton of devil fruits there or something like that.
Well, that's why Rox shows up, is because the 2 fruits he wanted are there.
Yeah, maybe it's a whole grove.
Maybe
of,
God
like,
Valley
devil
is where
fruits.
the devil fruits grow. I think
That would be pretty insane.
Brian, what do you think? Am I cooking right now?
Well, they were giving up devil fruits as prizes, so there's a chance. But
Am I cooking?
devil fruits can grow anywhere, though.
Yeah, devil
is the
fruits.
thing.
Well, yeah, the trees grow anywhere, but maybe this is the highest concentration of where devil fruits grow.
Maybe
I'm
yeah,
not
maybe
sure.
it's just there's a ton of them. So that I mean, and that's obviously a ton of power that they can use with the soldiers. Because tons of soldiers have fruit abilities.
Because we know of 2 already that were there. We know the
Similar
pawpaw
to what
fruit was there.
Kaido's doing.
We know the pawpaw fruit was there, and we know Kaido's fruit was there. And we know that those 2 couldn't have been what Rox was after. So there had to be 2 other devil fruits that are there that Rox really wanted.
So that's 4 fruits.
There's 4 fruits off the
in
bat that
general.
are already there.
Like just off
But
rip.
then again, they could also be, like Brian mentioned, prizes that the government was giving off for, the competition. If you win, you get the pawpaw fruit. If you win, you
True
get
that.
Kaido's fruit. So,
But I'm still wondering what it was that he found.
Yeah,
And I guess all we be doing is speculating.
yeah, I don't particularly have a preference of how much or when I see God Valley. I just want to see it so bad. I just want to see it.
I'm chill on it, bro. I'm just like whenever it gets here, I'm ready to just
Yeah.
receive the story.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I'll be patient. I'm not gonna freak out if I don't see it, but I do want to see it so bad. Yeah, One Piece is also not my RGC this week, which is crazy because this has been a great chapter. I love the lore. It's been Lauren pretty hard this chapter, but just not enough of Lauren to get me over the edge there in terms of the RGC. Maybe next week when we see God Valley. I'll give it an automatic RGC. But so far, One Piece has been fucking awesome, and I wish we could stay in this era forever. To be honest, I'm chilling right now. This is great. But that's all I got to say about One Piece. It's fantastic this week. We ready to move on, fellas?
Yeah.
All right,
Yep.
let's go.
I don't really have to fucking care who's in my way. I'm gonna fucking kill everybody.
Sakamoto Days. This is Sakamoto Days, chapter 227, Determined. Last we left off, the Team Sakamoto has been surrounded by a mob of assassins as well as the evil police guy. And Lou has taken it upon herself to take this cop guy on herself. And we picked that up right where we left off. This guy draws his super cool police baton, and he looks at Lou saying, like, "You reek of booze. I hope you're not underage." And yeah, she's Lou is drinking to unlock her drunken fist. The assassins start to mob the truck, but and Shin goes to fight, but he gets pulled back by Granny Mia, who shows up and kills all the assassins, and she's gonna stay behind with Lou, which is actually kind of unexpected in a good way. So yeah, she said, "Don't you punks get in the way when a lady puts her life on the line. You just shut your traps and do your job." The guy who was like a mentor to Sakamoto is like, "But Granny, Sakamoto needs you," and she's like, "I did all I could do for Taro. The rest is up to him. My job is done." So, they start driving away. They leave Lou and Granny Mia behind. and they start fighting. Granny Mia kills some guy who tries to stab her, and she says, "I mostly fix folks up, but busting them is way easier." The cop guy is just like, "Okay, you old bag. I'm afraid I'll have to revoke your license." And he's like, "Too bad. My license expired a decade ago, so I might forget how to operate the brakes." And then she basically turns on her 3D maneuvering gear and stabs this guy with needles in his arm, just basically jumps on his shoulders and cuts the nape of his neck, dropping him to the ground. But she doesn't cut very deep because apparently this cop guy relaxes his neck to minimize the damage, which is apparently a thing. Hey, next time that happens, guys, just relax your neck. You'll be fine. But yeah, the cop guy goes into a very unsettling monologue here where he's like, "It's tough being a cop. They give us the ability to kill people, but we're supposed to rein it in. And if we do kill, we got to make sure we can justify it. It's a real pain. I just want to follow my instincts." And then he turns his police baton thing into a whole fucking Sasumata. I've never seen this weapon before, but it's like a trident, but not a trident. And he's like, "Now I can kill all I want. No more annoying rules. It feels like my birthday." And he immediately attacks. Granny Mia dodges and then parries it with this fucking brutal needle to the face. Man, that shit was crazy. But cop guy bites down on the needle and is about to come down with his Sasumata. But Lou saves the old lady. And she starts to get nauseous because she's been drinking on an empty stomach. The cop guy pins her down with the Sasumata, sorry. And Granny is like, "Lou, spit it out." And she throws a lighter towards Lou's direction right over her face. And then Lou times it perfectly to spit out the alcohol in her mouth and have it combine with the flame on the lighter to set the cop guy on fire. And yeah, the cop guy is like, "It's a death penalty for you two for whatchamacallit, obstructing a public servant or whatever." And that's where the chapter ends. Oh my god. Josh, what did you think about Sakamoto Days chapter 227? I think you're muted.
Wow, how long have I been muted for?
Were you talking?
Well, anyway, I don't know. Not really. Shit. I forgot what I was saying. I knew it. I knew she wasn't gonna fight by herself.
Yeah.
I'm not proud of it, but I was wrong. I thought her brother was gonna stay to fight, but he manned up and decided to keep driving. I didn't expect that, but I didn't think. Who is this woman?
She's been around. She's like kind of a medic character that's been around for a while.
Yeah, since the beginning too. Actually,
Mm-hmm.
I do remember her. She helped fix Sakamoto up like real early on. All right, yeah, I remember her. Yeah, she was giving this cop dude the business,
Mm-hmm.
but it just wasn't enough every single time. She ran out and stabbed all these people. She had one of the coldest lines ever. She said, "I mostly fix up folks." I said, "But busting them is way easier." I bet it is, Granny. I bet it is. She definitely is one of the she's like one of the coolest characters of the series.
I agree.
All for just this one chapter. And I mean, doing this to a cop would usually but that's enough for me for like any character. But she gets cool points beyond that. I just wanted to be clear. She's even dressed a little swaggy. She got like a ruffle vest, a bucket hat.
Yeah, her old lady garb is good.
A Sasumata.
Yeah, Sasumata.
I'm looking that up. What'd you say?
Sasumata.
No, before that.
Sasumata. Yeah, I see it. A spear fork.
Spear fork is a polearm used by the samurai class and their retainers in feudal Japan.
Oh my god,
Their
there's also
weapons
there's a
for-
modern version by Cops. I think.
What?
Do you see?
Really? That sounds horrible.
I see. It's not like this exactly, but if you look at the images, I saw one of the first things I saw was like, I guess Cops.
Let me look at the. Oh! Yeah, they don't have spikes or nothing on them, but they're big fucking
Yeah.
big prongs that help get people on the ground. Holy shit.
Teachers
I mean, you
use
could
this
still
shit too,
probably
huh?
really hurt somebody. Teachers?
I saw this picture. I'm seeing this picture of
For the
Japanese school
kids?
teachers trained in the use of Sasumata.
Oh, yeah. With the green fence, right?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Damn. Japan don't play.
No, they don't. Do not fuck around over there, man.
No, not
'Cause
at
you
all.
will find out, apparently, via Sasumata. Okay. I mean, I don't really have much more to say after that. I mean, they set it on this cop, set him on fire. Everyone's immune to fire in this series. All the bad
Apparently,
guys
yeah, right? This is
are
the second
immune to
person.
fire.
This is the second person they lit on
Yeah.
fire and he's fine.
I want to I want to break through the fourth wall and go into the series and say, guys, stop using fire
It works
against them.
it works on no one in this series.
It's not going to
apparently.
work.
They're all
It's
watertight.
ineffective. Yes. They have flash fire. They're immune. I know things about Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Soul Link coming soon? Question mark, maybe.
Oh hell yeah!
Anyway, Brian, what were your thoughts? On
Disappointed.
Sakamoto Days?
Disappointed.
Disappointed.
Why?
They fucking Sakura'd her. They Sakura'd her.
It's not over yet.
She got fucking Sakura'd.
Yo, Granny Chio.
Yeah, they literally Sakura'd her, bro.
No,
Like,
no.
this is
Chiyo
textbook
Basama,
Sakuraing.
dude. This is her fight with the sand fight the sand village. You remember in that was one of Sakura's best fights. Where she was fighting with an old lady. This is gonna be her
but
peak.
who was there with her?
Yeah, no, when she was fighting with an old lady, Sakura peaked. Now, when she's fighting with an old lady, Lou will peak.
Yeah. Is gonna peak. Yeah.
You gotta have faith.
She
Brian.
got drunk. Even though she spit out a bunch of beer, she's still gonna be drunk.
Mhm.
Trust me. It's coming, bro. The drunken fist is coming.
It's just kind of. It just rubs me the wrong way that Hisuke gets a 1v2 and and this lady who hasn't been in the series for like 100 chapters is forced to do a 2v1. Isn't that weird? Doesn't that rub you the wrong way a little bit?
It maybe would if Mia didn't just have incredible aura and made me want to watch her fight.
All right.
If it wasn't so,
I don't feel too strongly one way or another.
I don't think Heisuke will go fully 1v2. I feel like someone's gonna show up for him.
Well, if you were to ask my honest opinion, I feel like I could have gone the entire series without seeing this old lady fight.
Damn,
I'm
Brian.
gonna be honest. Of all the people that they could have chosen,
Well, you know what,
Like-
Brian? You know, this is the fight that I didn't know I wanted. You know?
I still don't know if I want this fight.
Brian, you were not impressed by her aura?
No, I was not. I was not
Damn,
impressed by
Brian.
her aura.
She stabbed this guy in the cheek with the fucking needle in one of the most gruesome panels I've ever seen.
Damn, that's so cool.
The man looks
But
like a
then
titan.
It's a shame that they're fighting against the tankiest police officer of all time.
But everybody's a tank in this series, Brian.
I don't have much else to say.
But not everyone's a dive tank.
Everyone's a dive tank in Sakamoto Days.
Yeah, everybody's.
Yeah, what am I saying? Of course.
Yeah.
Everyone is, yeah. This is all Captain America and Venom. And I guess characters from Overwatch or whatever that I don't know.
Yeah, this cop is something else. He's getting the shit beat out of him, kinda, but he's managing, I guess. The Sasumata.
He said for whatchamacallit.
Yeah, he said for whatchamacallit, obstructing a public servant.
Assaulting me or whatever.
Man,
Whatever.
I mean, hey, fucking the creator of Sakamoto Days, maybe ACAB. This guy does not like cops.
Definitely not this guy.
Don't. He hates this cop. But I
Did
am.
you give your thoughts already?
Oh,
You're giving your thoughts now, right?
not yet. I'm about to. I do like this cop character as a villain. He's like kind of fantastic. I think he represents a really cool, like not cool, but like his particular brand of villainy is a pretty good allegory for what bad cops are. Yeah, I just enjoy like a villain with that has some kind of meaning and symbolism to him, and I'm excited to see how they take him down. I mean, he seems to be fucking invincible. He's taken so many attacks, and like Josh said, he got set on fire, and he seems to be fine. So, I feel like this is going to be kind of reminiscent of the Sakura and Granny Chio fight. I don't think Granny Mia is going to take this guy down. I think Lou is going to deliver the finishing blow, if anything. There's a reason she's included. I don't think it would be for nothing. But I don't know. Josh, did you want to say something?
Nah.
Oh, okay. But those are all my thoughts. Do you have any rebuttals, anybody, before we move on to the next one?
No,
Hell yeah. All right, let's move.
I do not want a banana.
I do not want. All right, here we go.
Rocket punch!
It's been a while since we used that one. Kagurabachi. This is Kagurabachi chapter 92, The Swordsman. And with that, I'm going to pass this one over to Josh.
Yes, your boy. And back with another Kagurabachi.
Kegs.
This Kags.
Kegs.
It's Kags.
Kegs.
It's Kags.
It's Kegs.
Last week, your boy Natsuki pulled up on the scene. Who's Natsuki? He's a dual-wielding swordsman of the Kuminabi, the good guys, for the slow folk. And he's also the younger brother of a former special sword bearer. He had the Cloud Gouger blade, but he was assassinated by the Hishaku member, the evil people, Hakuto. And Natsuki introduced himself to him and to Hakuto, and they started scrapping. Forced them into a full defense mode, and as they were, about to continue their fight, Yura of the Strings, the leader of the Hishaku, and Uraha fall down through the ceiling, and we're about to have a 2v2, and that was last week, and we're moving forward to this week. There's lots of banter, as I'm sure you guys would expect, between both Yura and Hakuto. Hakuto's psyched. He's been waiting for Uraha, people where he's at. He's all about fighting people to get stronger. I get the vibes. Uraha pulls up on Natsuki, and Uraha has no idea that Natsuki hates his every fiber.
He hates his fucking guts.
Yeah, so he's just trying to communicate or what's the best strategy to fight them. Natsuki notices that he's a little sluggish, but Uraha says he was affected by the enemy sorcery, which we already know from the death game, but that he's good now. I don't really know what that means. I guess that means he's adjusted to it, but I'm just gonna assume he's still affected. Anyway, Natsuki notices that that Hakuto is really like the like I guess like a problematic guy because he wasn't even trying that hard earlier. Uh, that's when damn Brian's going hard. I hit him, Keith. Hold on,
My
hold on,
bad.
distracted. Nah, you good, bro. Um, yeah. Uraha tells Kitty to go take Hakuri and go find a Shinichi, blah 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 blah. While the big boys handle business. Right before they start fighting, Hakuto says introduces himself to Uraha, tells him exactly who he is and what he's there for. He says, "Yeah, I'm the guy that killed Rokuhira. That's Chihiro's dad. Um, oh yeah, I also killed the Cloud Gouger dude. I've been killing a bunch of y'all niggas. This is the boss right here, and I love him dearly." So, yeah, that's it. Y'all ready? So I don't know why he gets this whole ass introduction, but it was funny as hell. And right as they begin, Hakuto loses his right arm,
Yeah,
his right hand,
pretty crazy.
instantly. And Hakuto's response is the slightest grin, but maximum excitement on his face. Natsuki sucks his teeth because Uraha made a quick and awesome move. And also that I guess he had to defend him real quick. They bring the fight into another room. Natsuki knocks both Yura and Hakuto out. It's really strong. So Hakuto starts glazing the white purity EA style, and how he learned that, how Uraha learned that at 16. It's so cool how he lost his hand to it and all of that weird shit. And to pay Uraha back, he gives a swift slash aiming to cut his left hand off, but ends up just catching his fingers instead. Which I mean, I guess effectively nullifies. He doesn't catch all of his finger, like half of his finger.
Mhm.
So it's harder to grip.
He has
shit,
multiple
but,
fingers.
yeah, no, but like only halfway. He didn't slice the whole finger off, I think.
No, they're off. These fingers. Look.
Yeah, they're off. You're right. It's bad for Uraha. He essentially lost his hand, not his whole hand, but his fingers. He's like payback for my right hand. Uraha notices that he's good because of his movement, how he swiftly counters right after narrowly dodging his opponent's moves. In the midst of the fight, Uraha ends up getting back to back with Yura, which he abandons his super swaggy white cloak in order to dodge Yura. Natsuki follows up and starts putting pressure on Hakuto and delivers a really cool, flashy slash on him. He starts commenting how Uraha's kind of lost his edge. Like he could tell that, like even beyond like the sluggishness from the debuff he has, that he's just hasn't been that sharp because he hasn't been fighting. But Natsuki has been fighting this whole time, waiting for the smoke. And he's like, and he speaks in the third person to Hakuto as Natsuki Misaka is dashing past you. Hakuto starts taking interest in him. He's like, all right, he's starting to actually try a lot harder. Uraha notices that he's been falling behind, and he's like, you know what? I got to turn the fuck up. And he unlocks this new black cloak mode. He didn't name it, not yet, I guess. He didn't tell us what it is yet. And he goes beast mode and launches at both Yura and Hakuto because they're in midair about to, combo slash Natsuki. It's a lot of action happening, guys. I'm trying my best. And anyway, Uraha pulls up with his new powered form and blasts past Yura and clashes with Hakuto. And they both land, they all four land and just stare at each other in just what can only be described as a maximum aura moment.
Yeah, just 4 guys aura forming in a circle.
Yeah, and the guy who's arguably damaged the most starts laughing maniacally. That is the end of this chapter. Obviously, this is the unanimous RGC.
Yeah, this is our unified, really good chapter of the week, I imagine. Right, Brian?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All righty.
Unified RGC. Unified RGC. Unified RGC.
Brian's playing Cookie Clicker. I know it.
You wish I was playing.
know
Cookie
it.
Clicker.
I know that game. I too used to be addicted.
I don't even know what that is.
That's cap.
I don't know what that is either.
Yeah, really never heard of Cookie Clicker?
No,
No,
For
never
real?
heard of Cookie Clicker.
no, I've
It's a
never.
silly ass game where all you do is click cookies
Mm.
and like you could get upgrades so that you earn more cookies by clicking, and it's literally just a game about progression for no real purpose.
I do like games about progression for no real purpose.
Well,
I might have to
don't
check this
look-
out.
Don't look it up.
I might have to check this out.
Don't look it up. It's silly. Never mind. I never brought it up. Play League of Legends. You'll be able to click a lot. There's a lot of progression in that.
I found it.
Does anyone have any thoughts on Kagurabachi, the RGC?
Yeah,
chapter of
Brian,
the
you go
week?
first.
Unified?
I fucking love this chapter. The whole dynamic between Natsuki and Uruha and Hokuto is pretty fucking sick. I love that Hokuto's a D1 fucking rage baiter. This dude just loves to get under people's skin, or like he just knows what kind of strings to pull to kind of bring the best out of people. Like he knows how to motivate people to fight. That's essentially like his thing. Like he understands that a motivated fighter is going to be one that brings him what he wants. So him kind of manipulating Uruha and Natsuki like this is pretty masterfully done on his end. I'm a little surprised as to how subdued Yura is during this whole scrap. Just because he's kind of just there. I don't think he even wants to be a part of this.
He definitely
three-way
doesn't.
fight.
I feel like he hates that he's here and that he's stuck here doing this right now.
He kind of got dragged into it and he really wants to do other shit. But yeah, this is a pretty fire like sequence too. I love that we're learning more about Uruha during this scrap as well, where he's like known for being like a survivalist. And he's actually really strong because Yura couldn't even handle him while he was debuffed. Like while he was slowed too. So I don't know. I'm just rambling at this point. There's just so much to talk, so much good shit going on in this chapter. It's just every chapter is full of so much rich story and character development, you know? So if you haven't been reading, read it. It's the best shit running right now, in my opinion. Those are my thoughts.
Yeah, this is peak. The whole time I was just reading this, I was like peak. You know, it's fucking awesome. Ura also manages to slash Yura at the same time. I think he caught both of them, and that's what we're supposed to get for this 2-page spread here at the end. You know, there have been people on this podcast who've been putting Uraha down, and I was like, this guy is the real deal, and we're seeing that now.
I wonder who this people is. I wonder who this people is that was
He's been
fucking mad
showing-
shit.
He's been showing us. that he's the real deal.
I
Right. It's just that he was so lame before.
he hasn't been practicing, and now he sees that. You see somebody, when you're in it, and then you see somebody who has been practicing, and you're like, let me lock in. I'm tired of this shit. Yeah, I'm excited to see survival Uraha in action. This is just like wall to wall action. It's just so well drawn to. I would love to see this animated. The Kagurabachi anime cannot fail. I don't know who's animating it, but I know they're working on it now. And man, you got one shot, buddy. You can't world trigger this one, because
Damn, I hate that. I hate that that's a thing.
I know.
I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Can we not use it? Is there not another series that
Not
we could potentially?
not to my knowledge. Not to world triggers level.
You're right, because
But yeah, I mean, this is just so good and very entertaining and such. Obviously there's a really cool story that's being told with Kagurabachi, but what it's doing with its action and, it's a visual medium. So I am enjoying the visual aspects of this series. I do like that, like that Natsuki's kind of getting shown up here at every turn by Ura, even though he's like desperate to be like, yo, you're soft now. You're not like that anymore. Uraha, you're not that guy. And Uraha said, what? 2-page spread. 2-page spread attack. It was pretty cool.
At the end of this like chapter, I can't tell if like Natsuki's face is like that because he's in attack mode, or if he's in a fit of rage because Uraha has shown him a new level.
He said,
I genuinely can't tell.
He watched Uraha give them the 2-piece combo. He got both of his enemies and was like, just standing there like, what? I did this with like 2 fingers, bro. I'm cooking.
Holy shit, you're right. Oh my God. It's no way he's not upset about that. Yeah, there's no doubt. There's no doubt in my mind. And peep that he had to, the reason I thought it was just to look cool, but he had to use his mouth to hold the sheath. Whoa, pause. Because his fingers, because he couldn't use his hands. So, with the purity style, you had to store up the power in the hilt. Yo,
my
that's
God.
crazy.
Bro did purity.
Ura's that guy.
Yeah, Ura is that guy. So good chapter. I mean, man, it's so fun. I am enjoying
Ura's
Kagurabachi.
not that guy.
Yura doesn't want to be there, but I'm sure he'll be like, you know what?
He's
He
clearly
does not wanna
hiding.
be there.
He's clearly hiding that he's that guy.
Yura's about to be like, you know what? I'm tired of this. It's time for me to get serious.
You're right. Because he scared the shit out of that hotel attendant.
Yeah.
Something happened.
Yeah, he scared that old man. That
He was
powerless old
talking
man.
crazy to him. Brazenly nuts hanging
For,
like
for just an
I
old
hate, like
man.
they wasn't the main villains. You knew what time it was, old man. And he was talking to them like he didn't give a fuck about
For
it.
an old man with
he had
seemingly
no
no
family
powers.
that cared about him, no loved ones, no friends, no acquaintances that would have been bothered by his, death. That was crazy.
Yeah.
And he flipped his whole situation. You're right. I do. You're right. You know what? I'm disrespecting the kid, and thanks for checking me on that, Brian. I
Yeah,
appreciate
he's just in a place. He's being detoured right now, and this is not what he came here for.
He does not want to be. Even though I'm sure he has another level, this is definitely not a great time for him.
No,
I think, yeah.
so very
It's like, I
exciting.
don't want to show my card yet.
God,
I
no.
want to be cool and mysterious longer.
I want to have droopy eyes longer. I want to look like I don't care about anything for a long.
Right. Yeah. He doesn't want to care yet. He's trying so hard not to care in this fight.
You guys are gonna make me chalant.
Yeah, he's gonna make him chalant. Can't have a chalant Yura, not yet.
Yeah.
I kind of get my thoughts too, by the way.
Yeah. All right.
So.
Hell yeah. Well, that was Kags, everyone. Fantastic chapter. Fantastic week for the manga this week. And then that has been our show. No Don this week. So we have a little bit of a short show for you guys this week. But next week we'll be back. And World Trigger, I think, is coming out tomorrow. So maybe we'll have that for next week
really?
as well.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. So very excitement. But for now, thank you guys so much for listening. You could find me at the Chris Espinal on Twitter and Instagram. Josh is at JDCole_37 on Instagram, at New Jump City Josh on Twitter. Brian is at B.ESP on Twitter and Instagram. Email the show at newjumpcitypod@gmail.com. Email us there to drop some questions, suggestions, any of you guys want us to talk about. We'll talk about it on the pre-show chat show. We did one this week. I got to put up the episode from last week as well. So you'll probably get a double feature of pre-show chat show this week. So send in some questions, leave some comments under the video you're watching. We'll also read those in the pre-show if you do leave them. Leave us what you guys think about the chapters and all that stuff, and we'd love to hear from you. Subscribe to us, share the podcast, subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, all the things. It makes my day. We are at 150 subscribers. I know it's not nothing to write home about in this YouTube content creation era, but I'm proud of it, and I'm happy that you're all here and you're listening. So, hell yeah. We'll see you guys next week. Stay safe, New Jump citizens.
Bye.